In this video, you will learn how to build a multiple choice, a multiple answer, and an essay question from scratch. Your page should look like mine, and what we're going to do is we're going to click on this plus button here, and this panel will appear, and I'm going to begin with my multiple choice question. So what I do is I just select Add Multiple Choice Question by simply clicking on it. So the first thing you want to do is you want to adjust the point value here. So by default, every question is a point, and if you will be grading this higher than a point, just simply click on this oval, the cursor will flash, and I can type in my desired point value, and I just hit the white space below to save my change. Now let's move on to the question of my multiple choice question. I'm going to look for where it says question text, and then specifically I'm going to look for enter question text underneath, and I'm just going to click in this box here. In this box, this is where I am going to put in my question. And then once I have my question, I'm going to move on to my answer choices. It will say options. I refer to them as answer choices. It makes a little bit more sense to me. So when you have the options, you get 4 by default, and it's okay if you're not going to use them all. I'll show you what to do to delete the choice you don't want. But let's start with adding our first choice. So I'm going to click in the first box here where I see enter option text. And when I click on it, I see my cursor flashing, and this is where I can put in my first choice. Then what I do is I put in my second choice by clicking in the second box that says enter option text. And in here, I can go ahead and type in my answer choice. And I'm going to repeat that same process for my third answer choice by clicking in the third box where it says enter option text. And once I have all my choices, let's say I'm not using this fourth choice, I come to the end, locate the garbage can, and I click on it. Now that I have all my choices, I go to the left of the correct answer and I click that box. So that just lets Blackboard know that that is the correct answer. Now this is optional, you do not need to do this, but for a multiple choice question, you can put automated feedback, and if you would like to turn it on, you have to click on this X that's directly to the left of the phrase automated feedback, and then when I click on it, I get these two boxes, and all I have to do is I have to click in this box here where it says correct answer feedback, so I'm going to go ahead and put in my answer here. And then I'm going to go to where it says incorrect answer feedback, and I'm also going to put in my incorrect answer feedback. So it is really important that you fill out both of these boxes, because if you only fill out one, so let's say you only put in something for the correct answer feedback, that is the only thing that students will see when they select the correct answer. So be sure to fill in both boxes. And when I'm done, I come to the bottom right and I click on save. Now let's add our multiple answer question. You'll notice this faint gray line here. It's almost like a dotted, and you'll notice that when I hover against it, it turns purple and my plus button reappears. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click on my plus button, and even though this is a multiple answer, I'm still going to select multiple choice because that has the structure to create a multiple answer question. So I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to repeat the same process that I did for my first question. I'm first going to adjust the point value by clicking in the oval, deleting what's there, and typing in my desired value. And to save my change, I click on the white space below. Now, I'm going to move on to my question, and I'm going to click in the box where it says enter question text. And this is where I am going to put in my question here. So what we're going to do is we're going to then move on to the answers, and I'm just going to repeat the same steps that I did before. So for my first answer, I click in the first box where it says enter option text. So I'm going to type in fruits. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the second answer. I'm going to type in my second answer. Then I'm going to repeat that same step for my third answer. And then my last one, which is my fourth option, I'm going to type in my fourth option. Now, what I'm going to do is in a multiple answer, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click on the box of the correct answer, but once I know I'm having students select 2, I come down here to where it says students can select up to. This is the multiple answer portion of a multiple choice question. This, if I click on it and I say 2, that allows the students to click both fruits and whole grains, or whatever your answer choices are in your case. You do have the option to add automated feedback. I've shown this before in this video, so I will not do it again, but it is there if you would like it. And then I come to the bottom and I click on save. Now I'm going to do my last question, which is my essay question, and I'm going to repeat the same steps as before to add a question. I look for the faint gray line, I hover over it, I click on my plus button again, and this time I'm going to click on add essay question. So it's very similar process and setup. I am going to start with my point value by clicking in this oval here, adjusting for my desired point value. I'm actually going to go ahead and make this 10 points. And then when I'm writing an essay question, I still click enter question text, but I'm only writing my question here. So I'm only writing my question and I click save, and I'm not setting up the answers because students are going to write the answers. And then I'm going to click save. And if I need to add any of the questions again, I just repeat that process of looking for the faint gray line, hovering over it, clicking the plus button, and selecting a multiple choice, and creating either multiple choice question or multiple answer, or even just an essay. So I hope this helps. And this is creating a quiz or exam with multiple choice, multiple answer, or an essay question. Thanks for watching. Bye.